Hi everybody. So I'm actually going to be answering some questions about the Disney College Program. I've put it off about making a video for some reason, and I've been asking questions on my Tumblr, like, does anybody want any questions answered? And I've had some questions, that I've answered, and I feel like putting them on YouTube might be a good way for a lot more people to get the answers that they might be looking for because I did do the college program, so I have some perspective into it that they usually like don't tell you, or you just might be confused about, or I don't know. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna get into the questions now. I'm basically gonna be answering just the ones that were on my Tumblr. So go from there, and if anybody else has any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah. Okay, so someone asked, did you do the Disney College Program during the holiday season? If so, do you know if you get Christmas and Thanksgiving off? And the answer to the first question is yes, I did do it because I did fall, so I was there for those months till January. So you don't get holidays off. Honestly, they're not going, especially being part of the college program. You're at the bottom of the food chain because it's like college program, part time. No, college program's at the bottom. That's like seasonal, part time, full time, and then I don't know. Basically goes in order of seniority who gets what off. But if you request it off really, really, really early, basically as soon as you get there that you want Thanksgiving Day off or Christmas Day off, you honestly will have a much, much, much better chance of getting it. The chance of you getting both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off are slim to none because they need people there at those times. Christmas and especially New Year's are like insane, so you just need to basically be there, I guess. So yeah, that's not the fun part. Actually, well, I worked on Halloween. That wasn't bad. That was kind of cool because you see everybody's costumes and it's just like fun. So yeah. But da, 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 da. Okay, does number of roommates affect the cost of rent? And yes, it does affect the cost of rent because basically, um, the more roommates you have, the less you're going to pay. I had one roommate, so our rent was higher. It was $98, well, a month. Yeah. So, which is expensive. Actually, I think it's $90 a week. Yeah, it's only a week because they take it out. Okay, yeah, we got paid every week and it was $98. Was deducted from our paychecks. So if you don't make that much, you're gonna be. It is hard sometimes, especially if there's only two of you and you're getting $100 taken out every week. Like you gotta be, making cashola. But there are pluses and minuses because I mean, having just one roommate was good, but at the same time, like sometimes I'm like, oh, if I had more. Um, but if you have more, I've heard of a lot more drama, especially with girls. A lot of guys love it because it's just like I don't know, bro fest. I don't know, but I mean, I guess it's all a matter of what you want. It's personal preference. I don't want to tell you what to do, so yeah. How is the housing different in terms of laundry, transportation, and price? Okay. In terms of laundry, they all have laundry. Plenty of laundry places to do your laundry. Um, I lived in Chatham, and they had at least two, three, probably four, at least four. And what you do is you can either use quarters or they actually have this little machine. You just put your debit card in and it takes it out. And it's like $1 for a wash, $1.25 for drying, which is normal. That's what I paid in college. Like that's hey, that's fine. And oh, this doesn't really have anything. Yeah, it does have to do with laundry. They will wash your costumes for you. Um, at whatever park or wherever you work, the company washes them for you, so you don't have to worry about doing that and like shrinking them or whatever. So you basically just drop them off and get them washed, and then you just pick up a new one, check it out, and leave. So that's really nice to be able to do that. Transportation, they all have the buses. Well, when I was there, they had these let's just call them Natsunes. Bushes? What? Buses. And I forget what they're called. I think it's like American something. I think it was gray and blue. If you did it during like the last year or so of the program, like you will know what I'm talking about. Half of them were leaking, and the bus drivers weren't that good, and yeah. But then it switched to Transtar. I don't know. I'm probably switching these up, and it's like white and yellow. I had more issues with that because I was there when people were like still learning, and I don't know, like the drivers were learning, and I mean the buses were fine. Honestly, like getting to and from, sometimes they're a little crowded, but they were fine. You don't have to pay for them, which is great. The only downside is if you have guests, like you can't bring them with you on the bus, which honestly like sucked because like I don't know, it just sucks. If you have people come down to visit you, you can't put them on the bus and give them a ride to the parks. But we'll get into that. If people need to know more about like guest policy, I'll answer those questions. I don't want to go too off track. But if the bus makes you late, and like it's a group of people or whatever, you can tell your manager, and they'll honestly probably be really understanding. Because with me, I had a really early morning shift, and like 7 people were late at the same time, and it was because of the bus, and the manager just waved it off, and it was fine. Price, Patterson's most expensive, then it's Chatham, and then it's Vista. Just so you know, sometimes it can be reflected in the apartment complex, like how much you're paying. Because Vista, I've heard, it's like, I mean, I've obviously been to Vista. Oh, I can't talk. Vista, and I don't know. Some aren't as nice as Chatham and Patterson, to be honest, but some are fine, and it's whatever you want. And Vista has like basketball courts and 2 pools because it's bigger, and then Chatham doesn't have basketball court and 1 pool. Patterson has. Does Patterson have a pool? I don't think they do because they usually. I think they come to. No, wait, no, they do. That's silly me. Okay, but they don't have a bus station at Patterson. So if you live in Patterson, you have to walk to Chatham to catch the bus. So yeah. But I think it's honestly, once again, it's kind of personal preference. I got placed in Chatham because of my whole fiasco with my allergy, but I have no complaints with Chatham except that it was just like a little too quiet. I don't know. But I honestly think it was fine. It was fine. And all right, I think okay, I got custodial, and I'm afraid I will hate it. And I think a lot of people have this problem or have this question, and they're just curious about it, just because, I mean, I don't know, just the name custodial doesn't sound very good, let's be honest. But my roommate had it, and she was kind of iffy at first too, and it took her like a couple weeks to get used to it, and she did it in Downtown Disney, so she wasn't even in like one of the parks or whatever, but she ended up absolutely loving it, and it's a lot of guest interaction. So basically, the worst part is if you don't like want the guest interaction, or you're really shy and you just don't feel comfortable with it, like guests coming up to you asking questions about either the parks or where are the bathrooms or where's this or where can I get a smoothie or things like that, like I wouldn't suggest that job. But you never know, like I would suggest kind of pushing yourself and seeing if you like it before you kind of knock it or don't want it, because I think it could be a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of it is just like pin trading, and you're just, I mean, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. And like honestly, like a lot of the jobs, you have to do like custodial type stuff anyway. Because when I was in quick service food and beverage, I had to, part of my job was to, or my role, was to clean trash cans and wash them out and dump them into the thing that I'm totally forgetting the name of. But yeah, I mean, like you just kind of gotta go with it, roll with the punches, and yeah, I think you might like it. Let's see. I feel like that. Let's see. Sorry, this is. Okay, I'm trying to find one. Sorry, I'm totally like ruining this now. Can you be a character if you're in the college program? The answer to that is yes. And even you can audition when you get there. And my biggest, not my biggest regret, but I've always wanted to be a character, and I had a prior commitment for the one day that they had auditions for like college program kids down there. Someday. But yes, you can, and you can audition prior to starting your college program, and they'll get back to you. And yeah, I actually just had a friend get accepted as a character. So hi Elle, if you're watching this, probably not, but yeah. So I mean, give it a shot. Why not? So but don't limit. Like, don't just be like, oh, I don't want to do it because I can't be a character right away. You just wanna, I mean, take whatever role you get if you get it, and just kind of go with it. And you can always audition down there, and yeah, and then you can be a character. If you, especially if you extend, that also helps. If you like the program, if you want to extend, yeah. So okay, this video is 11 minutes long, so I think I'm gonna stop it now. But please, 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 I would love to talk about this more. I feel like I haven't talked about it in a while anyway, so it's nice to kind of remember everything. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Anything you want, please ask. I'll answer to the best of my ability. And yeah, have a magical day.